Hey guys, welcome to the Rusty Beauties shop and to what is probably gonna be the last episode of this project, because like I said in my previous video, we are done with what we were contracted to do with this car, which was the metal work, and we're gonna go even further a little bit. We're gonna clean and paint the floor, and we're gonna do a little repair on the frame, and then we're gonna put it back together, and from there the owner is gonna take over. So just a little recap here of the previous episode. We repaired, well, we can't see it now, but inside the wheel well on the other side, like this, there was a little bit more rust, so we fixed that. You can see it from inside actually. Right here there was a patch that we replaced here and another one here, and then we rebuilt this structure here that supports the panel that goes on top of the spare tire and the tank. So what needs to happen in this episode is this mess here. We need to clean the floor perfectly. We're not gonna remove the paint. Wherever there is paint, we're gonna leave it, but we're gonna clean all the flaky rust and everything. Hopefully there's no more holes that we will need to repair, but if there are any, we're gonna repair them, of course. But we're gonna clean it perfectly, and then the surface rust, wherever there is surface rust, we're gonna rust convert, and then we're gonna spray it with epoxy primer, and finally with truck bed liner at the end. So that's gonna be it for this body. And we're gonna have to make some repair here. Now you can't really see it here on the frame. Oh, you see this outrigger is rotten, so we might need to make a new one, or we see how we're gonna fix that, because it's rotten, you know. So without further ado, let's get crack-a-lacking. Did I say the welding was over? I lied. Look at that. How did I miss that? Like, there's even a patch inside that I missed. How did I miss it? Like here. Anyways, it is what it is. We're gonna have to repair this as well, because it's part of the metal work, which I have to finish. Other than that though, here it comes off pretty easy in some areas. Wherever you see clear shiny metal, I don't think it's the metal, I think this is the primer. But anyways, wherever you see that, the paint comes pretty easy. But in areas like this where there's a little bit of surface rust, wow, that gives me hard time. Here I can't even remove that. So this we're gonna have to do when we start wire wheeling it, because after we do this job, what we've just done here, everywhere, then we're gonna have to go with the wire wheel and wire wheel the whole thing and remove everything that is gonna fall off before we start painting. So anyways, you get the idea here what we're doing. So I'm gonna keep going here on my own, and I'm just gonna give you some updates every once in a while. I guess it's not very interesting watching me here crack-a-lacking with the crack-a-lacker. I'm just gonna give myself a little break, not for me, for the compressor, because the compressor keeps running all the time and it's gonna overheat. I'm stronger than the compressor, so yeah, so there's more welding. Look, rivets and everything, that's how they patched it. Even this piece that I removed, even this needs to be repaired. It has two holes here in the middle. So we're gonna repair that as well, no problem. And yeah, it's gonna take a while though. Whew. All right, I'm giving another break to the compressor because it's crazy. Keeps running. I'm afraid it's gonna melt. Anyway, so this whole entire area now is clean-ish. And I went even here inside and I cleaned this whole thing all the way to the 2x4. At some point we're gonna have to remove the 2x4 and we're gonna have to figure out a way to support the body without the 2x4 there, but that's gonna be at some other time. I got tired from bending over here and started working here a little bit, so this square here is cleaned now. And yeah, we're gonna give a break to the compressor for a while. In the meantime, I can remove this and the e-brake mechanism here. I have to remove some other stuff like this bracket for the radius arm. And I just remember that also we need to install the plates for the seat belts. I don't even have the hole there. I need to drill a hole, but this one was drilled based on the original, so we can measure from here and drill another one there. I have the plates here. We will see how usable they are. Well, the plates are pretty thick, so they're gonna be fine. We're gonna have to clean the threads on the nuts though and see if they are in a good shape. If not, we can always make new plates, no problem. And what else? Yeah, I noticed here that there's a bolt snapped here from the seat, and this one too. We need to fix that. And talking about snapped bolts, we need also to remove this one from here, from the frame, because I remember I snapped this one as well. So we have lots of work still here. We are not anywhere near being done. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna do some of this work now while the compressor cools down, and then we're gonna continue. As I am removing this, I just wanna record this. There are 4 shims there in the back. That's just for me, so I can put them back together. There weren't any on this side when I removed this. I need to grind this though. Remind me, please. Because otherwise the bracket is not gonna sit flush. What? You wanna play with your bow? Give me the ball. Give it. Well, he's not very good at this game, you know? Do you want me to throw it for you? Huh? Give it. Nope, he doesn't give it back. So, doesn't play that game with me. Anyways, so the e-brake is out and this bracket is out. And now we have access here to most of the things. So it's pretty late at night though, so I'm gonna give it one more round. The compressor is probably cooled down by now, so I'm just gonna do this area here and I'm gonna call it a night. And tomorrow we're gonna continue with this area here. Luckily there we have new floors, so we don't have much work to do here. Most of it is done, just this area. So it is only this, and inside there the wheel wells are done, so we don't need to do anything with them. So we will see how we're gonna deal with that later. So yeah, let me do one more round and I'll show you probably in an hour what I've done. Well, I was right. Exactly 1 hour for this area. Like in some areas it comes off very easy, like it's really flaky and comes off, but in some areas where it's this color, like wherever it's this color, I don't know what this is, but it's not coming out very easy. So we had area like this here, we had an area like this here, I believe, we had an area like this here, and here especially it was so hard. I used actually, I don't know where it went, but I used a scraper and scraped, and I needle scaled and all that. Wow, I have still holes here to weld. Finding more and more. Talking about more welding. You see this here? We have to cut a piece from here and replace. So yeah, I keep finding more and more places to be welded. I thought I vacuumed here. Anyway, oh, here's my scraper. I was looking for it. So I'm gonna go shower, have dinner, and all that good stuff. It's like 9 o'clock, I think, already, and I'm home alone. Everybody's in different places. So, well, not alone. I'm with this guy. I stayed home because somebody needs to look after him. Right, Rusty? Yes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle that tail. All right, tomorrow we're gonna continue. Oh, hey guys, you showed up? Oops. I thought you weren't gonna show up today. It's almost noon. I've been here since this morning and I've done a lot of work and I thought you weren't gonna show up today. I keep going here with cleaning up and I just found out something, so I want to show it to you and make a small correction. So remember how I told you that there were 4 shims here? Well, actually there are 5. One is still here. So just for the record, so when I'm putting it back, I need to remember that there's 5 shims on this side. There were none on that side. Anyways, let me show you what I've done so far. So I cleaned up also this area here, which wasn't very easy, but it's done now. So the only part here is under the 2x4. At some point we're gonna figure out how to do that. But everything up to this line here now is cleaned up, except here. I was just cleaning here and I found this shim. So I'm gonna finish that and then I'm gonna start probably wire wheeling here because the compressor is like really working hard. So we need to give it a break. So I might start wire wheeling here in this area for an hour maybe, so the compressor can cool down, and then I will come back and start doing this part as well. So just wanted to give you some update, nothing interesting. Haven't found any other issues, which is good. So I'm hoping that this over there is the last one. Everything else should be fine. All right, I don't know if you can see how dusty it is here. Even Rusty is dusty. You need a bath. You need a bath. It's a few hours later anyways, and I wire wheeled this entire area here and even went down here as far as I could. But my wire wheel is not the best. I mean, that's the only wire wheel I have, and it actually looks like a retired Hedgehog now. Guess where all the missing wires are? Like here, you see? Like here, in my neck, everywhere. But this area is pretty much done. And only for here, I used another one, this little guy. But again, it's on an air tool that requires the compressor and it's not very fast. So tomorrow I'm gonna go and buy more wire wheels of this style and also the cup, because the cup would be easier to do here, this area. I did a little bit, but it's not great. But in general, it turns out nice. I also cleaned up here, and here I couldn't do much because the wire wheel is already gone. I tried here, but again, this area works somewhat, but here it's hard. So for this, I'm gonna wait until I get another wire wheel. Meanwhile, I also cleaned up here with the needle scaler. So this whole area up to here is done. So now I'm gonna do this area here with the wire, with the needle scaler and the drive shaft channel, and that should be it. Here I wire wheel too, and it doesn't look bad. Here we're gonna wire wheel. It's really only this area that requires needle scaling. Everything else is just wire wheeling, and yeah, hopefully I can do the needle scaling today at least. For the wire wheels, I'm not gonna go out today. Maybe if I have enough time, maybe I can repair that and this. And there was something else somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna remember where it was. Yeah, found a hole here, and there were some holes, like screw holes. These are, I guess that's how they were holding that cardboard piece under the carpet for the transmission tunnel. Anyways, we're making progress. Slow but steady. Well, it's needle scaled completely, and now the heater came on. I'm sorry, in my last videos I know that there's some noise, but I need to stay warm in the garage, so I'm just gonna yell a little bit more. I'm sorry. So anyways, so this area that was not completed before, now it is completed with the needle scaler. There's some oil and grease here, I guess, from the U-joint. So this we're gonna have to wash. Well, we're gonna wash the entire thing with paint thinner or something, so we can remove any residues of undercoating and oil and everything. Then we're gonna rust convert it, and then we're gonna probably wash it again one more time with paint thinner, and then we're gonna paint. But for that, we need to finish wire wheeling it, right? So I went to the store. I wasn't gonna go to the store, but I decided to go so I can finish with all the dusty and dirty job today. I don't wanna get everything super dusty again tomorrow. So I bought this kit. It has the two types wire wheels that I need, and even has a flap disc. Includes for $24 on sale. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna continue wire wheeling now. I think it's about time to figure out what to do with 2x4, right? What if Yep, that's an idea. What if I put a short piece of 2x4 from here to here to support the body on the wheel? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then we're gonna remove this 2x4. Yeah, we see. You see, we figured it out. All right, so this idea worked well. Actually, look, there's almost no weight here on this side, anyways. But it worked well. So we removed this 2x4, and I was able now to needle scale and wire wheel the whole area here. So everything is complete now here. Actually, the whole car is now wire wheeled. Oh, that was a big job. So I mean, I went without a stop for a long time, but I was like thinking, should I take a break? And then I was like, nah, I was just gonna go and finish it, so I'm done with all the dusty job. So this wire wheel worked really well. It was very easy to reach everywhere. So for example, here and everywhere, it was good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go over with a little bit of paint thinner, like I said. I don't think there are many residues from undercoating anymore. I mean, I think everything went away with the wire wheel. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it once. Then we're gonna spray it with rust converter, and I think that's gonna be it for today. So anyways, I'm happy that the dusty job is done. Look at everything, like everywhere. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's get crack-a-lacking again. Wow, it looks almost like a brand new, eh? Yeah, because the rust is wet now, the surface rust is wet now, can't really see it. Anyway, it's wiped now. Oh, still wet in some areas. So I wiped it nicely, especially here where there was oils. So we don't want any oily spots, otherwise the primer is not gonna stick. And also wiped my sheet metal here, which already has a little bit of surface rust, but we're gonna spray it with rust converter now, and it's gonna be fine. So I'm just gonna give it a few minutes to dry completely from the paint thinner, and then we're gonna spray the rust converter. When you look at it now, look how many patches. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a strip here. 10, 11. There's another strip here. 12, 13, and yeah, 13 different patches only on this side. Anyways, I'm rambling, so let me start spraying the rust converter now. I used to brush the rust converter on, but it's so much easier when you just spray it. You can still use a brush after you spray it. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do because it's a big area. I want to make sure that I reached everywhere. Let me grab a brush. Alright, it's all sprayed with rust converter. It even started doing some stuff here. Like you see where it turns white, this is where it turns the rust into, I don't know, something else, whatever it is. So we're gonna let it work overnight, and we're gonna continue tomorrow. I guess tomorrow we're gonna start with the metal repairs. We have one there, we have one there. We have few little dots here and there. I even found 2 cracks here. You see here and here. We have to weld this and somewhere else, I think. Anyways, I'm gonna go over, yeah. There's a little hole right here. Anyways, we're gonna go over everything tomorrow, and we're gonna do all the metal repairs. And this means that probably tomorrow afternoon we can paint it. Wow, that would be nice to see it in one color. Okay. And now I need to shower and go get groceries. There's life outside this garage as well. Yep. Alright, so that's like 3 hours later.
I don't know that one.
Shut up. It's turning white, which is good. Everything that is white used to be rust. Alright, so that's where we are the day after. It looks good. As soon as we finish all the welding, we can start painting it, which I'm hoping to be able to do today. So, first of all, it's cold in the garage though. We're gonna have to run the heater for a while so it warms up at least to 16, 17 degrees Celsius. Now it is, I think, about 9, and I don't have the heater on because I'm planning now to sweep everywhere and open the door and then go and blow everything, because look, there's dust everywhere. Everything is so dusty right now. So I'm gonna open the door, I'm gonna blow a little bit everything, and then we're gonna close the door and we're gonna turn the heater up a lot. So in the afternoon at some point it's gonna be nice and warm here, and we're gonna be able to paint. So that's the plan. What? What do you want? Why are you barking? Huh. Alright, so it is pretty much clean. I mean, I blew the dust from all over the place a little bit, not too hard because everything is flying off. Like, I want to blow the dust there, but I need to organize a little bit here, put stuff away. Oh, this is garbage. Shut. This is garbage, but there's like stuff that I need to put away. There's everywhere. Look, my tools are all over the place. Anyways, I blew the dust a little bit from everywhere, from the frame and the engine, because we're gonna need to start working on that soon. I even blew the dust from my Rusty Beauty over there, and I immediately regretted it because, like I said, I'm planning to start working on her again soon, and maybe it was gonna be a good idea to do the opening by blowing the dust, but I didn't film it. So anyways, it's lots of dust. Look, this is my pile. Most of it is dust, so everything came from here. Recently, Steve, if you're watching Steve Car's Garage, Steve is restoring a Spitfire, so he did the same job that I just did, but he did it outside because he's in Florida. We are in Ontario and it's 0 degrees outside now, so let's close the door. I think the dust is settled now. Turn the heater up because it's cold. Anyways, let's get crack-a-lacking here on what we're gonna be crack-a-lacking. I think we're gonna start by cut-a-lacking this and then weld the welding. This, by the way, is the last piece that is left over of half a sheet of 18 gauge sheet metal that my friend brought for this car. I actually used in the beginning, I had some metal, so I used maybe quarter sheet from my own metal and then half a sheet of it, so 3/4 of a sheet. I'm talking about 4x8 sheet, so 3/4 of that, so that's 4x6, that's 24 square feet of sheet metal that went into this car. We'll talk a little bit more about statistics at the end of the video. I'm gonna tell you how many hours I have in it too, but I wanna just finalize everything because I'm still working. I'm just gonna wait until the end of this video and I'll tell you how many hours I put into this car. But anyways, I wanted to show you this piece of sheet metal because look, what a coincidence, eh? We have just enough for this repair, maybe up to here, and then this leftover piece is gonna be just enough for here. So it is like just what we needed. If we turn it this way, we are like golden, eh? Okay, so let's cut it somewhere here. Alright, so this is welded, like we're not gonna grind it, it's not needed, I don't think, for where it is on the floor. Now there must be a hole here and this piece goes on top, but this only causes trouble. I don't think it's needed. It's for the spare tire, like it holds the hook for the spare tire, but I don't think it is a good idea because you see what happens, even this piece is rusted. So we will see. I'm gonna repair it. I'm gonna repair the piece, but I'm not gonna mount it. I'm gonna tell the owner if he wants to put it on, he can put it on. He can drill a hole and put it on. If not, it's up to him. I'm gonna repair the piece anyways. Alright, so now let's see what we're gonna do here. This is gonna be very tricky because I know that this piece goes in and has a flange down there and it's welded to the floor inside, to this heel board, or I don't know what it is called. So anyways, let's cut it. I'm gonna cut it like this and I'm gonna avoid the corner. I'm not gonna go over the corner, so we're gonna cut it here and here, and we'll see how we're gonna clean the rust from inside, the flange, and then we'll see. Maybe we're gonna have to drill holes from inside. Anyway, let's cut it first and then we're gonna discuss it again. Alright, so that's what it looks like. I can't cut the flange. Actually, the flange inside there is intact, but I can't cut it off. It's like, it's crazy deep. So what I decided to do is I cut only a flat piece, painted the back, and I'm gonna shove it like this behind. Okay, I lost it. Ah! Okay, I'll have to figure out a way to take it out because no. Anyways, I'll take it out, but it needs to go, it's gonna go behind this flange, and this flange is actually double flange because it's also the flange of this, this heel board. So there are two flanges there. So it's pretty solid. So I'm gonna weld it here, 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 and to this flange, and that's gonna be it. Anyways, let me figure out how I'm gonna take that out now. Stupid me. Again, my usual mistake that I make, I didn't press the recording button. So what I did was, I took a coat hanger and hooked up this magnet on it, and then I shoved it in and I pulled the piece out and I welded it. So I thought I recorded that, but I didn't. So anyways, let me go put the coat hanger back in my girlfriend's closet before she finds out I'm using it. All right, I also took out these from the rusty metal, and now I can weld it here. I don't know how it was. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take the corner off. Okay, I put a bolt through it just to make sure that the holes match. So these were spot welded with 3/4 spot welds here to the sheet metal, and the reason for that is that not the welds are holding the weight or whatever, the pull. Actually, this is pulling, so I don't know what it is called, but the actual bolt is holding it. The bolt and the nut that go through the sheet metal and this. So the plate is held there just so you can tighten the bolt from inside. Doesn't even need to be welded otherwise, you know what I mean? So we're gonna make just a few tacks, 1, 2, 3, maybe one underneath here, and that's it, just to hold the plate there. That's it. Well, I welded a nut here to the bolt, the broken bolt, and it actually pulls out. I tried with heat and vice grips, didn't work, but then I put the nut on it and I welded it, and that gave it a lot more heat, I guess. And there you go. And then I did the same thing here, but this one was broken. This one was much shorter, so I had to actually fill up with weld inside here, but it is going. So that's good. Oh no, it snapped again. Came out a little bit and it snapped again. All right, I'm gonna have to weld another nut. Shit. So what's left now is to clean it up again with, I'm gonna blow it just because it has some shavings now and stuff. Then we're gonna clean it with paint thinner, and we're gonna be ready to paint. Exciting! All right, so it's wiped with the paint thinner, and we're ready to start with the epoxy primer. So as a primer, we're gonna use this 2K epoxy primer. It's in spray cans because it's so much easier to spray it this way. In the conditions that I am, I don't have a paint booth or anything, so That's what we're gonna use as epoxy primer, and then we're gonna spray this easy liner, which is for truck bed liners. So I love this product. I use it for floors and wheel wells on all the cars that I work on. So here goes nothing. Alright, this was one can, that was one can so far. And I have two more, so we have two more to do the rest of this coat and one more coat. So it's gonna be perfect. Alright, so this is after one coat, and we used a can and a half, so we have just enough for a second coat, which is great because you see here it's just dusted, you know. It didn't cover, which is normal for the first coat. It's normal not to cover everything, but with one more coat and it's gonna cover. So we're gonna give it 10 minutes to flush, and in the meantime I'm gonna come here and start making this. I already made the patch here for this. I don't know if it's gonna be used, but I want to repair it, and there's a little hole here that we want to repair, so I'm gonna do that now while this paint dries. Do you want to watch it dry? Sorry, that's gonna make the video a little bit too long. Alright, that's after the second coat, and I think it's perfect now. It is just 3 cans were just enough. So again, we're gonna give it a little bit of time to flush, and we're gonna come and weld the other side of this. One side was done, I'm gonna do the other one. Alright, time for the bed liner. Let's see. These cans are bigger, so let's see how much one is gonna last us. So that was one coat, and it covers pretty well. This is a pretty thick spray, so we're gonna do 3 coats, I believe. I bought 4 cans, but I have this one here from before, was sitting, and it's half. So, and I'm assuming that the second and the third coat are not gonna require so much to cover. So yeah, we're gonna do 3 coats. All right, so this is after 3 coats, and if you ask me, it looks great. I love this moment when all the patchwork and everything becomes one color, and then you see what you've done, because so far it looked like really bad. But now you can see that everything is one piece, rust-free. Wow. All right, so also this thing is welded now, and I'm just gonna put it together with all the other parts for the car that the owner needs to take. I'm not gonna drill a hole here and put it on. I don't think it's needed. I think it only makes more troubles. I told you that this was gonna be the last video, but you know what? It's becoming too long, and I still have lots of work. I mean, I need to repair that outrigger there. And what else? I need to remove one of these bolts. So this bolt is seized, so we have to see how we're gonna remove it. So what else? I need to find the second bracket. I have this one, the other one is somewhere in the containers with the parts marked and the hardware. So I need to find these, clean them and paint them, because we need to install them on the body before we put it on the frame. I also need to clean and paint this linkage here, whatever it is, for the e-brake, so that needs to be done. And finally, of course, we need to put the body on the frame, and the doors and the bonnet and everything. So that's gonna be enough for another video, I guess. So well, we're gonna have a bonus one. So in this case, you're gonna have to wait. I don't know what my head looks like. So in this case, you're gonna have to wait until the end of the next video to for the statistics that I wanted to give you, because I want to have a final, like I want to put the bottom line and see how many hours and everything like that. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, thanks for commenting and subscribing, thanks for sharing, thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks for all that good stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. If you want to share with your friends, that would be great. Anyways, so yeah, I'm rambling, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.